I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but basically the other day, or I think it really was the other day, you know, the Alec Baldwin, the actor.
Oh, yeah, I knew this.
You
I knew
heard
this
about
story.
this?
Yeah.
boy.
He accidentally shot and killed a woman on his film set. Now,
With a blank as well.
yeah, so basically he was directing and he was starring in a Western film, you know, like a cowboy sort of thing. And yeah, like apparently, like originally I thought, oh, it must have been like for the shoot, like he was pretending to shoot someone, but it turns out, I don't know whether he was just sorting out for a shoot or whatever, but he was holding it, and it went off, and it hit a woman who was like the cinematographer of the film, and she was only like 22, I think. Yeah. And yeah, she went straight to hospital. I think she got like I might be a bit hazy on the details.
The cameraman as well, didn't he? There was two people, yeah.
And then she went to hospital, which I think she was like flown there in a helicopter, unless I'm just pulling that out my ass. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was helicopter.
Yeah, but she died. So I'm thinking, you know, do you guys think that he's gonna carry on the film? I don't think he will.
So, a few things have actually come into light of recent. First off, I want to say, in any capacity, firearms are dangerous, no matter if they are just being used as a prop or whatever. You need to be careful about if it's loaded, etc., etc. Come on, we need to be safe. And we found out that the police are not going to charge Alec Baldwin with anything.
I mean, I think that's fair enough, really, because he probably is distraught. Like, he didn't try to kill her, did he?
I think
really the people that should be charged or be held accountable is whoever's the company of those blanks, because they're not made to kill people.
Yeah.
So
no, but to be fair, like even like when I was like doing like Army Cadets and that, like blanks are still like, even if they're checked like thoroughly, they're super dangerous still, because like even though it's like nothing like within the chamber, like it can take like the littlest bit or something to explode inside or whatever for it to just go wrong and kill you. So like I feel like you can blame so many people on this, but I feel like this is what movies, I think that's why there's a lot of like contracts within movies, like in case this stuff does happen. So I feel like even though he's done a bad thing, or whoever like put the props together, like, you know what I mean, it'll just be a merry-go-round, I think. But at the end of the day, like, we just gotta, you know, like we gotta like pay our respects to the fallen.
Yeah, condolences, of course.
To the families and stuff like that. Most importantly, obviously Alec, he's probably feeling like hell right now. But
of course, yeah.
I don't. But you know what? You know what's weird, right? It happened not a few years ago, but it happened before with Bruce Lee's son.
I heard about that.
He was on a film set as well, and he got shot with a blank as well, and he died. So like, it's not uncommon. It does happen in movies, especially like films with a lot of like gun usage. But
what I would say is, I think it still is uncommon, but obviously there are. You see, it has happened.
Yeah, it has. It does happen all the time. You know what I mean? I feel like as well, it's a bit weird because like when you think about it, I always thought, I knew like props were used for some shots and stuff, but I always thought like, especially in After Effects, especially now,
CGI,
it could be like we could definitely replicate. You know, because you can take live footage of real rounds going off, can't you? And like put it into After
digitally,
or
just
whatever.
FX. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I think it could be is because from what I read, I think Alec Baldwin was like writing, directing my stuff. So maybe it was on his budget, and he just didn't have the budget for like really good effects. So he thought we'll use props and you know real stunt props and all that. So one thing I would say though is, you know, you don't, it might happen every now and then, but you don't see it happen like all the time, which does make me think like, well, there obviously is a problem here with the manufacturer or whatever. Like if it was a normal thing that happens, like a risk, you'd see it happening all the time, but you don't. So it makes me think like, you know, I mean, in my opinion, they need to look into, whoever it is that decides or judges what's going to happen. I think they need to look into the actual manufacturer of the
I bet it was like one of those
prop.
I bet it wasn't even like a normal gun you see on action, like a Glock or whatever. I bet it was like a Western, like proper
OG sort of.
Yeah, like a flintlock.
But still though, like I'm sure they do loads of different designs. Yeah. It's probably all got the same technology in it. Do you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, no matter how well you think you're being safe with a firearm, or how well you think a firearm is safe. Like anything, they do malfunction. You do get where there's a round already in the chamber and you get a jam, and the second round goes up and gets basically set off, and you blow the barrel up. You get all kinds of stuff. So
just unfortunate. Do you think, like, I don't think they're gonna, they might, but I don't think they're gonna go through with this film now, because if Alec Baldwin's the one who's in charge of everything and he's feeling like this right now, you know, I don't think he'd be able to bring himself to finish it.
It depends how much of the movie's been
Yeah,
shot.
maybe it's almost done. They can just do without recording the last few scenes. But if it's at the beginning or something, I don't reckon it will. My other question is, do you think he will even continue and go into acting? Because you see a lot of people that, you know, bad things like this happen, and because of that bad experience, they're just put off of it for life. They're like, I can't bring myself to do it again. I hope for his sake that he's able to, you know, like, overcome it and actually still act. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him in any films again anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly,
he just retires or something.
I don't think, like, the fact, like, you know, this traumatic things happened to him, like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think the next thing he should be thinking about, like, my next movie, like, he should take as much time as he wants off. Like, if he wants to retire now, it's cool, because he's done a lot of body of work already. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is a traumatic experience, so, like, I feel like for him to, you know, just be like, oh well, or for his fans to be like, okay, but you know, like, are we gonna see him in acting again? It's like, it's a bit selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
what I mean is, like, I don't want him to feel like he can't when he wants to, or the other way around. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope that if he wants to come back to acting one day, he is able to without feeling guilty about it, or without worrying about it, like, to the point where he doesn't allow himself to. Do you know what I mean? I hope he's able to basically just overcome it and then do what he wants to do in the end.
I don't think you can overcome that, because you've taken a life.
Yeah, of course. It's
So
like
it's
a
like,
terrible thing.
it'll
It's
be
always
with
going to
you.
weigh on your shoulders,
Exactly,
for sure.
to
Obviously,
you
you
know what I'm saying?
can, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have been able to, you know, when I say overcome it, I mean, like, you know, get back into a better place and not feel guilty all day, every day, and just be in a better place than when it happened. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I meant. I probably worded it a bit wrong.
Yeah,
but
true. But when you think about it though, like, he's not like a soldier where you're trained to, like, almost be in that kind of situation. You know what I mean? He's like a regular guy, a celebrity. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's probably not even been in a fucking fight. Do you know what I'm saying? So he, the fact he's killed someone, and
it's
and
messed
he's never,
up.
he's not in a situation where he's been trained or whatever to do this, or whatever, like a soldier or whatever. And even trained soldiers, whatever, they go through hell as well after they've, like, killed loads of people or whatever. So I feel like
PTSD
for him,
suffer with
so I
as
feel
well.
like for him, like, he's in a dangerous place right now. I feel like he's got to be surrounded by good people, you know, like, definitely.
I think he needs a lot of people telling him it's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not really his fault. And maybe he was being careless with the prop. Who knows? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But I
know
mean,
the
it's still not his
details,
fault
man.
that he killed someone, is it? Really? Like, you can't hate on him and blame him. Really, like, it was a genuine accident. You know.
I'm not gonna lie, if I was the family member, I'll be blaming them.
But I don't think they are. Like, they're not pressing charges, are they? So I think. I don't know. Yeah, it would be hard to not when they killed your daughter. But
that's just me. If I was the family, I would be blaming them. But that's just like how I would feel.
But then in time, you know, maybe, I'm not sure if family is or not, but maybe they are now, and then in time they might come to be like, you know, it wasn't his fault. Who knows?
Who knows, man?
If it was me, I think I'd blame. I think in initial stages, yeah, you're gonna be like mad at the guy that did it. But I think after you kind of, you know, see a bit more clearly, get a bit of better perception on it as time goes by, because that naturally happens. I think if it was me personally, obviously you'd have to know what you'd really be like. For, you know, you can't imagine because it's never happened. But I think maybe if it was me, then I would be inclined to blame the manufacturing company that have obviously not come through with what they, you know, say. They say it's safe, I'm sure, and it's not been. So I don't know. It's a debate, isn't it? Who is to blame and everything like that. Who knows? There's no right or wrong, I guess, answer.
It's a game of pointing fingers at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cool world, man. It's a cool world. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, condolences to...
What's it they say? Shout out to your family. Shout out to his family. To her family, sorry. Well, and Alec Baldwin's family as well.
And
You know, we
and also
hope
the other
the
guy
best
got
for the
injured as well,
future.
man.
Yeah.
The other guy got injured as well. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, realistically, shout out to all of them that were even there. Like, it's probably
Whole
messed
crew.
up for everybody to see that, especially if they don't carry on with the film. You know, that's people that's not gonna continue to work now, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll get like a payout to make up for it or whatever, but who knows? Anyway, I think that covers it really, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Just talking about it, and yeah.